you're sitting here on national television telling us that a team that won the title without Melo, that went to back-to-back NBA Finals without Melo wouldn't have had a title with that team?
No, I said he maybe gets one. I said the following year would have been a better bet, but I don't know if they get past the Pacers with Melo on that team, unless you go back and say the Chauncey Billups effect is such that Melo would have become a real defender on that team, which I suppose is possible.
They beat the Pacers
The bottom
to get
line
there.
is either one of you two, pardon me, either one of you two picked the Pistons to beat the Lakers. I picked the Pistons to sweep the Lakers. I was wrong.
All right, Max Kellerman. Another example of why I think, or I know Max Kellerman is a huge Carmelo Anthony hater. While he was retired and it didn't seem like anyone was going to sign him before Portland picked him up, he was basically making it sound like he doesn't belong in the league anymore. Oh, you got to be a 3-and-D guy. He doesn't play any D. You got to be like a specialist now. You can't just ISO the ball. Like he hasn't adapted to the current NBA. But you know, sometimes whenever he plays on the Olympic teams, he's always getting gold medals, and all his teams he's always had to carry by himself. He's never had to play with another player in their prime that commanded a double team. He never had a LeBron and Wade and Bosh. He never had a Tony Parker, Manny Ginobili, Tim Duncan. He never had a Kobe, Shaq, a Kobe, Pau Gasol, and that whole team. He never had any of that. He had decent teams, but never that. So Max is just hating. If he was drafted by Detroit, they'd have 2 or 3 rings. Like, let's be serious. They almost swept the Lakers in 2004. Rest in peace, Kobe. If it wasn't for him, they would have gotten swept. Kobe saved them for 1 game, but no way. You were telling me Melo would have got drafted by Larry Brown, one of the best coaches of all time. I think the only guy to win NCAA and NBA championships. And, he didn't get along back in the Olympics because he didn't play Melo enough in the game. But I think if he was able to get into arguments with Allen Iverson and then move past that and actually get close to him as a coach, I think he would have been okay with Melo. So you're telling me that just if instead of Darko, fucking Darko, that they draft Melo and they don't win at least 2 or 3, they got back the very next year, like you said, and then you said you would have bet on him more last year. You're just telling me by default Melo is just taking Darko's minutes. You're telling me they're not beating teams by 30 and 40? They were holding teams to like 20 and 30 that year, no problem. So that's just an ignorant statement. You're taking the biggest, arguably one of the biggest, besides you can say Sam Bowie, but top 5 of the biggest busts of all time. And compared to what was out there, Melo and Wade and everybody, Bosh, LeBron of course won, but come on. Like, that's absolutely ridiculous to say they wouldn't have had at least 2. And in a young Melo with defensive players all around him and Larry Brown coaching him, he would have been fine. He would have been trying hard, playing better defense, and he would have been on the best defensive team. And that would have been the best situation for him ever. He'd be he'd be looked at as one of the greatest of all time right now, bro. But whatever, you're a Melo hater. Anyway, what's going on, guys? I didn't think I said Scott Eaton, aka Scott Free, so sorry about that. But I just got into that because I just saw this video, and it just makes me think. It makes me know again that Max, just any chance he gets to talk bad about Melo, he will, and he does. I see the trailers for the new Jordan The Last Dance documentary coming out, like a 10-part documentary, and I've seen everyone. I've seen the 98 championship. They do a little thing every year when a team wins the title, they do a little story about them documentary. And then I also watched Jordan to the Max that came out years ago, showing the same thing, his last season as a Bull, not as a Wizard. So 98, up until the whole season from beginning to end. And he, it was a good video. And one theory that was always a question about when he retired the first time, was it because he wanted to, or was the league forcing him out because of his gambling issue? Like, it's not what. Who cares? The guy's got money. Let him gamble. Who cares? He's still showing up to the court a few hours later, being Michael Jordan. He's not showing up to the court drunk, half-assed, throwing up bricks all night. No, he's showing up to work and he's being Michael Jordan. Let the guy do what he wants. Like I'm not even gonna say, but like so many other players did a lot worse than that, you know. And that's another conspiracy theory. Jordan did gamble though, and supposedly he was gambling with some like real big guys, like drug dealer guys with a lot of money, and he was like losing like 50, 100, 200 grand at a time. And I thought I read it somewhere, or it could just be a theory of mine. I thought I read it somewhere. I apologize if I didn't, but it's like a feeling like, what if he didn't make a payment on time? What if he kind of just like blew guys off? Like, come on, man, I'm Michael Jordan. You don't think I have the money, and just maybe put those guys like on the back burner for a little bit, and maybe they got mad, and it's a possibility that they kill. I hope that's not what happened. God forbid, but would you be shocked if it was? Like, Jordan was competitive in everything, and he was a busy guy. He was training all the time. Being Michael Jordan, he's fucking in his prime. So, you know, just gambling, like maybe something he never could have known. But I hope that it didn't happen. But I can't wait to see the documentary. I want to see all the stories about him and everything. And yeah, that's pretty much it for sports right now. It's a good time for it to come out. We're still quarantined at the moment. I was supposed to be in Vegas next week from tomorrow, so that sucks. But what are you gonna do? Try to get a refund. Hopefully, some hotels said they open up by 2-3 weeks from now, so May, we'll see about that. About a month or so. But yeah, for now that's it. I'm gonna make another video not long after this about an announcement for what I'm doing musically, and that's it for now. So thank you for following, subscribing, sharing, everything. I've been talking to new people all the time. I want to keep the channel mixed up, the sports stuff too, and not just one or two things specifically. So that's it for now. That's my opinion. If you have thoughts, let me know in the comments. And thank you. Please like and subscribe, and hit the notification button, and I appreciate that. Scott Free, Scott Eaton. I'll talk to you later.